Hello, welcome to another Ready Game Roll video. Today, taking a look at, I guess, my latest obsession, really. And that is the Digimon TCG. So, being a kind of child of the 90s, I was born in 95, so kind of, I think, is accurate. I have some very vague memories, but most of my memories are 2000s onward. But anyway, for that reason, I grew up watching a lot of stuff like this that was basically Pokemon's popular. Let's try and do that, but and a lot of things failed. Like Monster Rancher, Flint the Time Detective. Was Medabots like a Pokemon clone? I kind of was, kind of wasn't. But it was. I guess it was jumping onto that bandwagon of 2000s kids anime that was getting really popular. I mean, also Yu-Gi-Oh. Anyway, but this TCG has been going apparently for a good few years now, since the Digimon reboot back in 2020 that I didn't know was a thing until I started looking for episodes of Digimon to watch. So I'm probably going to watch that now. So yeah, I picked this deck up, and I have another starter deck. Just because the game looks cool, the art looks cooler, and yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna pop this open, take a look at it. Obviously, I've already opened it, because it also comes with some fancy promo cards that are going to be really hard to look at in this light, but we will certainly try. Anyway, yeah, pop this open. Going to be taking a look at this deck at another point, and I might try at some point playing with both of the decks, seeing how they stack up against each other, and then go, okay, which one is better for starting. They were both around the same. Actually, I think this one was cheaper, at least when I bought it anyway. The prices are actually on the boxes. So this was £7.99 sterling, of course, and this one was £9.99. Though I do understand this deck has these decks in this sort of white, and this one's a green deck, so it's got green bits on it. But these white coloured decks, I guess, have also gone down, from what I'm aware. I bought mine from Troll Trader down in Bromley, which, if you are in the South London area, like South London, Southeast London area, I highly recommend. Lovely folks down there, lovely community, and just all round good vibes. I'm in there quite a lot, and I bug them endlessly. So yeah, let's crack this open. It's all been cracked open already. As I'm making a fucking meal of things. Forgot I hadn't opened this. Shit. Fucking hell. This has gone to shit already. Yeah. 50 card deck, as is usual for this game. It's 50 card decks, which I don't know many games that do that. There could be loads. I'm just an idiot. Most games I have heard of use 60 card decks, but 50's not that far off. And obviously games like Keyforge, and I think the Blitz format for Flesh and Blood use 30 as well. So 50 card deck. Let's get this plastic off and have a quick peruse, shall we say. So the deck comes with 5, I think 5, or is it 4 for this deck? 1, 2, 4. Yep. 4 of these Digi-Egg cards. So each deck should have maximum 5 Digi-Egg cards. You can tell they're Digi-Egg cards because the backs of the cards are different to the normal cards. So that's what a normal card should look like. And that's a Digi-Egg card. So 5 of those in each deck, and they are sort of a separate deck, I guess. Have to be face down. So, yeah. So yeah, 4 of those rather, and I think that's basically the format for the rest of this deck. 4 of each. 4 of each card. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Nope, 2 of those. So some of them you only get 2. Really nice. I love the art on this Gallantmon. Lovely. The way the, I guess, treatment of the card has given it it's actually really nice in the light as well. Love that. That's the main reason why I started playing this. Because I saw someone, well, I've not played yet, but I saw someone, weirdly, I was sat between 2 people opening packs and the stuff. One was Pokemon and the other was Digimon, and honestly, well, occasionally I'd have a look at the Pokemon stuff. Most of my attention was on this, because maybe it's because it's new and different to what I'm used to. But I kept looking over at this, like the art for this is just, especially these foil variants, they're just, that's such a cool treatment for a card. 1, 2, 3, 4, yep. Like that's less fancy, but it's still a really nice card. So from what I can tell, a lot of this deck it's a very aggressive deck, as is often the case with red things in TCGs. So on your turn, once per turn, when an opponent's Digimon is deleted, gain 1 memory, which is fun. So it's about memory, gaining memory, and more so deleting your own, not your own, your opponent's Digimon. So stuff like this. Full focus. Security at the end of the battle. Play this card without paying its memory cost. That's fun. On play, delete 1 of your opponent's Digimon with 4,000 DP or less. So DP is defense points. So Geogreymon here, or I'm assuming Geogreymon because it's got rocks around it. That's really basic reasoning, but that is how you pronounce those 3 letters, Geo, unless it's Geo. Geo actually might be more accurate. I don't know if that sort of soft G sound exists in Japanese. So it might be Geo. Geogreymon. Which doesn't sound right to my tongue, but I am a pasty Englishman. So, could be very wrong. So 3, 4, that's it. Yep. Dark Tyrannomon looks just edgy as fuck. A lot of the red stuff here looks edgy as fuck. Apart from this little lad who's fucking adorable and I love him. Yeah. So, would you want to play this deck in a tournament? Probably not. I probably will be anyway this Saturday. I'm tempted to head to the Digimon tournament that's happening at Darksphere, Shepherd's Bush. Will I come in dead last because I have only just played the Digimon TCG tutorial app? Yes, I probably will for that reason. Excuse me. But I'll probably have fun. Yeah, 6,000, 7,000. Oh. Right, Rise Greymon. Looks really fun to get that effect. Delete one of your... On play, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 5,000 DP or less. So again, like that's on play. You don't even have to attack with them. So it's very much, making sure your opponent's field is wide open, which is I love that. 4 of those. Some more foil. Is it foil if it's just the border? Oh no, the background has a bit of foil on it. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 3,000 DP or less. And I'm not gonna... Actually, might as well. Your turn. Once per turn, when an opponent's Digimon is deleted, this Digimon gains security attack +1 for your turn, which means this Digimon checks 1 additional security card. Ooh. That's fun. That's very fun. 1, 2, 3, 4. I love the fact that all of these are the foil treatment. Like they could have just put one of these as foil and had the rest be non-foil, but they didn't. They went all in on foil. And I guess the highlight card, like the card that the deck is named after, Gallantmon. Security attack +1. This Digimon checks 1 additional security card. When attacking, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 4,000 DP or less. If no Digimon was deleted by this effect, this Digimon gets +3,000 DP for the turn. That's horrific. Actually, I like that. 1, 2, 3. This Digimon checks an additional... Yep. So, yeah, it's a very aggressive deck. That's what I'm seeing here. And then we're getting on to the option cards, which are your, I guess, if the Digimon are your creatures in Magic the Gathering and Yu-Gi-Oh! Options are your sorceries and enchantments, I guess. So yeah, and your instance. So yeah, it's all, again, modifying what you're doing. There we go. Lightning Joust. Main, one of your Digimon gets +2,000 DP for the turn. Then, if the number of cards in your security deck is less than or equal to your opponent's, one of your Digimon gains security attack +1 for the turn. Which, yeah, that's cool. So is there 1, 2, oh, 2 of these, 2, 3, 4. So 4 of those. Come on. Choose any number of your opponent's Digimon with whose total DP adds up to 8,000 or less. Delete them. That's really powerful. I mean, it's a 5 cost, but that's really powerful. So, yeah, that's fun. I mean, Christ, that's an 8 cost. That's... Delete one of your opponent's That's just, yep, delete them. Or, if it's in the security deck, activate this card's main... Oh, that's horrific. That's just... Hey, fuck you. Which I do like. I'm just a big fan of that. That's very, very cool. I was going to say, there's other things in this box. At least there should be. There we go. And at the top of the deck, you get... It's not even on camera. You get your memory gauge cards. So you get 2 of these. Put them together like so. Let's see if I can't. There we go. I probably could have just zoomed in. So, as you can see, that should probably be flipped. There we go. You get your memory gauge. So, what this will do is, obviously it'll start on 0 at the start of the game. Keeping it together is going to be fun. And as you play, this gauge will be flip-flopping between the two. One side representing one player and the other side, obviously, the other. There's no limit to the things you can do in this game by, like hard limit, I guess. However, the turn is based on your memory. So, where's my little dude? If it was my turn, and I had, let's say, if I had 2 memory, there we go. This is one from one of the, I think it's one of the gift sets, I think it's called. So if I had 2 memory, and I played a 5 cost, I'd then move, try and reach around the tripod. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Putting my opponent on 3 memory, which would make it their turn. Once all the effects of my cards had been resolved, it would then be their turn. They'd have 3 memory to play with before it would go over to my turn, basically. Which makes the game really fun, I think, because you're not having to, you're not worrying about shit like mana costs, which is my least favourite thing about Magic the Gathering. I think it slows the game down to the point that if it's just you that's not getting any mana, that just means you're having a shit game and you're less likely to have fun. If both of you are getting shit mana game, then no one's having fun and it's a shit game. And that happens, I think, too often in games like Magic and Pokemon as well. And I just think it's a shit system, and I'm not surprised that most other games that have been created since then have thought about other resources to make the game work. Like, you've got games like Keyforge where you just select a suit, I guess, or a house as they're called, and you get to play as many cards of that house from your hand. Which means, you could have a hand that is all one house and just play all of that house and, have a super dense combo. Or you've got stuff like, at least from what I'm aware of Lorcana, because despite trying my fucking hardest to find at least a starter deck and maybe a booster pack, it's sold out everywhere. But that system has a system where the cards that you play can be played as that game's resource I think it's called Ink. And I think that's really cool, because it makes you think about if you want to be playing that card for its effects based on your current strategy, or if you want to use that card for ink to play other possibly better cards. So yeah, that's another way to do it, and that interests me. So yeah, what I'm trying to say is I think this system is great, and I can't wait to see how it plays and what it feels like. What it feels like as a gaming experience, because it looks fun and it looks like it's a much more balanced approach to playing the game and making the game work. And also really nice. They're really quite thick, like basically plastic art, which this green deck here has memory gauge cards. If I can find them. There we go. And they're just the same cards as the rest of the deck, which I will add. The cards that Bandai have chosen for this game, and I assume the One Piece TCG and I think it's called Battle Spirit Saga, which is one of their newer card games that came out, I want to say March, April this year, all use this really, really nice, like, really thick, premium feeling cardstock, which I think is great. Like, it means that your cards are not too much more durable than, say, a Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Magic card, but they feel more premium. Like, they feel better in the hand. I imagine they shuffle better, and they're just better. And the decks aren't, and the decks and the boosters aren't that much more expensive either. In fact, they're not. They might even be a little bit cheaper, at least, for where I get most of my stuff in TT Bromley. The boosters, at least the boosters that I've bought so far, have been, I think they're $3.95 for most of the boosters, but there's a set that's just come out called Resurgence, which is basically a reprint set that comes with a ton of reprints and a few new cards, but they are all some foil variant. Just a quick look-see to see what I'm talking about. Yeah, I went a bit hard on this. But yeah, they're all foils of some variation. Some full art fun here. So yeah, they're all this sort of card type. And then at the back I have some regulars that just came from the booster pack that came with the starter deck. Though this starter deck does come with extra cards, but it's not a full booster. So to explain, because they're both starter decks, this comes with a booster pack, which is really nice, whereas this came with basically just 6 promo cards, I guess. So there we go. Ready to play 54 card deck? I thought it was just 50 cards. That's interesting. So, some index cards, 3 of them, memory gauge cards, and first anniversary campaign cards, so 6 of those, which are here. So they're fancy cards from the, it's basically a promo booster with these really nice card treatments. So it's this. Right. So yeah, you get one set of these, so 6 cards. Which again, given that I bought this for 8 quid rather, it's quite nice. I think I would have preferred a full booster, but given the treatment on these cards, this is also really nice. And obviously, if you buy 2 boosters, you're going to get 12 anyway. And I do plan on buying one of the other decks for this, because I have a feeling that these 2 decks are quite different in terms of how they play, just simply because of the evolution of the game. Like, this is from when the game first came out, and this is from a year probably more on. So the game will have evolved probably quite dramatically in that time, and this deck actually doesn't come with tamer cards, which is what this deck comes with. Tamers are, I guess, your trainer cards from Pokemon. They have a bit of more on controlling how the deck plays. So yeah, I will be doing another video on this one at some other point. So yeah, interesting thing to note before you buy. So would I recommend this deck? Honestly, I don't fucking know. Because I've not played yet. Would I recommend it based on the art? Yes, I'd recommend all of this TCG based on the art. And then if the game is shit, then you can just collect it for the art if that's your thing. So obviously loads of people do that. You know, that's sort of what most people know Pokemon for. Like, at least a lot of people my age know Pokemon as the game you collected as a kid. Did anyone know how to play it? No. Even though it's had rules since the beginning, no one's really ever played it. Like, so yeah, really nice cards, really nice deck. So if you want more content like this, then subscribe. We welcome everyone who subscribes. Really, really nice to have so many people subscribing recently, actually. So I do want to say just a quick thank you for that. And if you did choose to subscribe over the last few weeks or so, mostly off the back of our D&D Adventures video, which I put out about this time last week, and it's wild how well that's done. That's got 500 views now, like 514 views, which, like, I know it's D&D and it's mega popular, but I expected 30, 40 views off that in this sort of time. But no, it exploded and is one of our best videos we've ever made in terms of views and engagement. So for everyone who watched that video, thank you so much. It improved what was kind of a bit of a shit week. So yeah, thank you so much. I forgot to put these back in the deck. So like I say, we will be putting out the video for this deck some point. So yeah, so if you want to see more of it, obviously, like I say, subscribe, and if you don't, I just hope you have a nice day. So see ya.